What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, y'all. Depending what time zone you're in, it's Thursday night, but for some of y'all, it's Friday. Yo, we have made it. Woo! Yo, it was actually a super quick week for me. I'm not even going to complain, but I know not everybody experiences the same things out there. For those of you who it was a slow week, it's Friday! We all made it, yo. Congratulations. Well, for some of us. Well, for Thursday nighters, one sleep and then it's Friday. All right. Okay. As you can tell, I'm in a really good mood today. Relax, Trent. Take a deep breath. Woo! All right. Okay, I have a really good show set up for you guys today. In Behind the Feed and Off the Record, Jay-Z, the Jigga Man, scores the biggest victory in his life in court. In lead stories, the FAA announces that it will cut air traffic by 10%. That might not seem like a large amount, but that's over 4,000 flights. In quick news, we're going to talk Stefon Diggs, Tasha K, John Morant, AntMan, Offset, Cardi B, Zohran Mamdani, Donald Trump, Klay Thompson, Shedeur Sanders, Michael Jackson, Jermaine Dupri, Cenat, Chrisean Rock Jaidyn Alexis, Gavin Newsom, and the earth doesn't have enough oxygen. Oh, I got a big show set up for you guys today, all right? As always, we're going to close out the show with question of the day, social discussion of the day, and comments of the day. Also, for those of you who are sick and tired of scam cell phone calls and scam text messages, we are going to tell you about Aura offering you a 14-day free trial to help you get rid of all of that, all right? Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up! Beep, 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 beep. Yo, I'm about to start this show. Let's go. All right, we're going to kick things off again today with giving you guys update of Jamaica. I'm back being positive. For the past couple of days, I was a little sad. These videos were getting to me, but I'm back to positivity, all right? We're going to tell you about some celebrities today that have been donating and giving back to the relief fund, so this makes me happy to see. Nicki Minaj sends supplies to Jamaica to help those impacted by Hurricane Melissa. As Jamaica continues to recover after Hurricane Melissa, many people are lending a helping hand to those who are impacted. Nicki Minaj's team was seen distributing supplies to those in the community. She took to X to send her love and share that she would be sending more in the following days, possibly even more days after that. Okay, so that was Nicki Minaj. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. Spice shares how she is helping Jamaica to rebuild after Hurricane Katrina. She also put out something. She said, besties, I haven't had a second to update you, but I have been doing what I can to help build back Jamaica one house at a time. Grateful to God. Thank you, Jesus. Yesterday, I rented 10 trucks and headed down to Westmoreland in the community called Bethlehem Town. My foundation donated what I call starter packages to rebuild homes. Each truck had blocks, cement, steel, zinc, pine, lumber, etc., right? So shout out to Spice. And of course, the last one, Vibes Cartel. Vibes Cartel brings Melissa relief supplies to Western Jamaica. All right. So all of that was accompanied with videos. We have a big show set up for you today, and I don't want to take too much time. I know every day I've been talking about Jamaica, so I want to make this quick today. Thank you guys so much for enduring the past 2 weeks of me kicking off this show and reminding you guys about the relief efforts in Jamaica. Mainstream media is no longer covering or talking about Jamaica, so I wanted to do my part for the land and the home that I love so dearly. Both my parents are from there. And, you know, I consider myself a Jamaican, all right? Even though I necessarily wasn't born there, in my heart and soul, I am a Jamaican till I am no longer here, okay? I have 2 links below. I broke it down to you yesterday. There's one still the government website and another one that one of my mother's friends sent to her. She has been doing work in Jamaica. There's always hurricanes in Jamaica and always devastation. Definitely not nearly as big as Melissa, but one of my mother's friends is continuously always working and helping every year when there is relief efforts. And I've been waiting and looking for something local, and my mom sent this to me, something that I could trust. I could definitely put my name on it. All right. So for those who want to support to the Jamaican government, the link is there, or a GoFundMe page for Yvonne, who was one of my mom's very, very close and dear friends. It's almost like family. Okay. So if you trust me, you could trust that link. No pressure to donate, but for those who want, Jamaica is still in desperate need. We told you guys yesterday that the devastation totaled close to $7 billion US dollars. I don't know how much the relief efforts have raised so far, but I'm sure it's not $7 billion. All right. And Jamaica is a small economy, so it's going to take a lot of help to rebuild Jamaica. All right. Thank you very much for those who have donated, even thinking about donated. And like I said, thanks just for the people who have even put pray for Jamaica in the hashtag below. Your prayers are everything. Thank you. And my mama thanks you. All right, in our first and only story in Behind the Feed and Off the Record, Jay-Z's paternity case dismissed 10 years after man claimed the rapper impregnated his mother in the 90s. All right, I've been wanting to get to this story all day. After years of legal drama and public speculation, Jay-Z's paternity case has officially been dismissed with prejudice, bringing an end to a decade-long saga that followed the rapper for years. According to Page 6, court documents reveal that a California judge granted Jay-Z's motion to dismiss the case filed by Ramir and his legal guardian, Lily Conley. This means that Ramir, who is now 30 years old, can no longer file the same paternity suit against or demand further DNA testing from Jay-Z. In his claim, Ramirez alleged that the 99 Problems rapper impregnated his late mother, Wanda, back in the 90s, making him the hip-hop billionaire's secret son. Jay-Z, however, has denied the allegations from the start. Okay, I saw 99 there. I was like, what? 1999? No, 99 Problems, right? One of Jay's biggest songs. Okay. Here is why I want to talk about this. And we have been following this. I told you a couple of weeks ago, his godmother, also too, he lost the case against her. They countersued. Jay-Z's been fighting this, like the article said, for the past 10 years. So I guess, congrats to Jay-Z for enduring this for 10 years and winning the case, okay? For those of you who are on Jay-Z's side. Now, y'all know me, I don't pick sides, I just tell it like it is, and I'll give my opinion. And here is my take on this. The issue with this case is not just somebody claiming, I look like Jay-Z and he is my son and he is my father, blah, blah, blah. This case is about Ramir claiming that Jay-Z got his mom pregnant when she was 16 years old. And I've told you guys repeatedly that people in the entertainment industry, famous people, get these kind of paternity suits daily. It has happened to, example, Drake. Almost every rapper or entertainer has gone through this that's single and is out there with women, okay? So I understand I'm not going to, you go to court, and like I said, a lot of them end up having to take the paternity test. I understand Jay-Z not. But in the case of this being a national, global story, I ask you this. If you were Jay-Z and this was out there, wouldn't you want to take the test to show people that you are not this guy's father? Just for the simple reason of the age of the mother? It makes me feel like he is afraid to take the test. Because if this was me and this was on this level, I wouldn't want anybody out there thinking that I have anything to hide or anything to run from. Now, I know the argument. If you do this for this person, you got to do it for that person. You got to do it for... That is not true. There are so many steps that you have to go to be able to take... To make somebody, first of all, to even take the case to court, but then for a judge to award it there's a lot you have to go through. And I'm not saying he's the father or not, but if you put 2 and 2 together, and after 10 years, you're telling me you're spending millions upon millions of dollars, time and effort. There's been numerous amount of people that has said that this is a true story. Just for that alone, if you knew 100% that you had nothing to do with this and you are not Ramir's father, wouldn't you take the test? To get your name away from these allegations? Again, not the allegation of being his father, but the allegation of you being close to 30 years old and being with his mother at that age. That is what I'm asking. Jay-Z chose for 10 years to avoid it, duck it, spent millions of dollars, take a hit to his name, and now he has won. And I've been telling you guys every time I talk to Jay-Z, for the past year and a half, the sentiment over Jay-Z has shifted. He used to be known as the God MC, the this, and everybody wanted to do. There's people that are trying to get away from Jay. Last year, the Jane Doe case from Tony Busby, yes, it may have been a frivolous case, but didn't look good for him. It was not a good look. There's Desiree Perez's daughter who was suing Rock Nation and Jay-Z for a bunch of things that she feels that they have done wrong. That's a daughter suing the mother and the mother countersuing him, and Jay-Z's involved in that. That's another thing that doesn't look good. And now you have been spending 10 years fighting this claim against Ramir, and you can't even say, look, I just want to just let all y'all know out there, my fans, that I wouldn't do something like this, and I'll unequivocally take the test just to prove that. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. It just doesn't give me a good feeling in my stomach. Y'all sound off below, and you tell me what you think about Jay-Z, Ramir, and Ramir's mom. All right, in our first lead story, the FAA announced it will cut air traffic by 10%. Starting Friday, the Federal Aviation Administration will reduce air traffic by 10% across 40 major U.S. markets to help maintain safety during the ongoing government shutdown. The FAA announced the temporary cutbacks as air traffic controllers continue working unpaid and under strain, while staffing shortages caused delays at several airports. The name of the 40 major airports affected have not yet been released, and officials said the measure will remain in place as long as necessary to ensure safety travel while the shutdown continues. All right, if I'm not mistaken, we touched on this yesterday when we were telling about the UPS plane crash. I don't remember why we spoke about it, but when I heard this morning, I was like, okay, 10%, that makes sense. But you forget like how large the US is, and 10% is over 4,000 flights. Like, this is crazy. What I think this is about is a strategic decision. I know it, of course, is a safety decision for sure, but I think it's also a strategic decision because, you know, the head of the FAA, Sean Duffy, is Republican and he is a Donald Trump fan. So I think with all the SNAP shortages and meal shortages and everything going on, and that amplifying, now, of course, with all the stuff that's going on in the airports, but then now cutting it down and saying, hey, we're doing this because of the government shutdown. I think the Trump administration is trying to use this to put pressure on the Democrats, because their language is it's the Democrats that keep on saying no. And technically it is, although they're saying no because they're fighting for health benefits and other things. Now, yesterday when we were talking about this, where we were talking about the elections and the blue wave, do they call it a blue wave? Because I know they call it a red wave. But anyways, all the Democrats that won in the special election on January the 4th, I said that I know there are a lot of people that are calling for the Democrats, because they're the party of the people, to surrender, sign on, and open back up the government. And my heart hurts. Trust me, I understand there's a lot of people that are in Very horrible situations. People who are not getting paid, people who are not eating, etc., etc. I get it. But to continue what I was saying yesterday is that somebody somewhere needs to put their foot down with Donald Trump. Now, my daily listeners know I am not a Trump fan or a Biden or Kamala fan or whatever. I am just a realist and I'm an independent. And I gave the example of President Xi from China and how Trump speaks about him, how his demeanor is in meetings with him versus Zelensky. And it's a totally different Trump. Through faults of their own, the Democratic Party hasn't demanded the respect from the Republicans and just in general from last year till this year. And I feel like they are, for the first time, starting to build back up and they're starting to build momentum. And I just feel if they surrender now without getting anything out of it, I feel like it will kind of backtrack a little of the progress that they're making. I know it is hard out there. I get it. Trust me. Okay. But it's not for nothing. In closing, Donald Trump is now suggesting to get rid of the filibuster and have the Senate only need 51 votes and not 60 votes. I have been on record saying that I like the 60 votes because it forces bipartisanship in the U.S. Now, I watch Fox and I watch CNN, as you guys know, to get both sides. And there's some Republicans that are saying, yeah, get rid of it. Some Republicans are saying keep it. And Democrats are both saying opposite things as well, too. So I feel like that is divided amongst each party because it will work now for the Republicans because they have 3 more years. But then if Democrats win in 2028, they will be able to push things through and you only need one person on the other side. Or if it could just get sticky. So I like the filibuster. I like the 60 votes because I like bipartisanship. But this is just a small example to show you that holding out for a reason or for change, sometimes it's worth the sacrifice. And I just use the filibuster as an example, as something that is huge that could change just from holding out. So again, I want to reiterate, I understand it's hard. Sometimes you have to make hard decisions to gain huge results. So that's just my opinion. You guys sound off below. Welcome to hear what you guys have to think. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. All right, I'm going to spend 30 seconds on this maximum. Ye sits down with Rabbi to express remorse and take accountability for his past statements he made towards the Jewish community. 2 days ago, I told you guys that Kanye West was releasing his anticipated album that he claims is anticipated this Friday. What else did I tell you? I said that literally this week, Kanye West was going to do something crazy to get his name back in the blogs because that's what Kanye West does when he needs to sell something. And I'm going to play 2 seconds of this video and you're going to see what Kanye West is saying and doing with this rabbi. Take a listen.
I feel really blessed to be able to sit here with you today and just take accountability because I'm dealing with some various issues and dealing with bipolar also. So it would take the ideas I had and have me take them to an extreme where I would forget about the protection of people around me and myself.
Hey, yo, Kanye, from somebody who openly deals with bipolar, you for using mental health as an excuse and you for using mental health to sell your bull album. All right, in our second quick story, a paternity test says, Stefon Diggs, you are the father of an Instagram model's baby. All right, it looks like the rumors can finally be put to rest. Stefon Diggs has officially been confirmed as the father of Instagram model Lord Giselle's baby. According to page 6, attorney Tamara confirmed the results, stating the paternity has been confirmed. Mr. Diggs is the father of the child. She added that now that the NFL star has acknowledged his daughter, her client hopes that they can move forward and work together on great parenting. The Lord Giselle, the Instagram model, who is a Fashion Nova ambassador, first filed a paternity suit against Diggs back in December 2024. At that time, she requested full custody and asked the court to have Diggs cover her pregnancy, birth, and legal expenses. Diggs later responded in July requesting a test after saying he was not certain about the paternity. Once results were confirmed, he was indeed the father. He asked for joint custody and for both parties to split expenses equally. While the paternity question has now officially been settled, Lord Giselle's attorney noted that the case hasn't been dismissed and could still move forward if the two don't reach a final agreement. As for Diggs, he's currently in a relationship and has rapper Cardi B pregnant, and the couple are expecting a baby boy shortly. Yo, this is crazy, man. I feel so bad for Cardi B. We have, of course, covered this. I think almost every day there's something about Stefon Diggs and one of his babies. And it's like once a week we hear about something with him and his baby with Cardi. It's just horrible. I have heard whispers, maybe I should have put this in behind the feed and off the record. I heard that Cardi B is cheating on him. That is what I heard. I heard that. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. But I heard, remember I told you a couple of days that she's moved out of his house. That was one thing that people were saying. And I was like, that's not true because they don't even live together. I know that for a fact. But the cheating rumors, look, Cardi, when she was done with Offset and she was pregnant with Offset baby, she was messing around with Stefon Diggs and she was open about it. She's like, I don't care. Like, just because I have a baby in me and I'm done with you doesn't mean I can't be with somebody else. So it's not a far cry to say that, or to think that Cardi might be fed up with all of these pregnancy announcements and rumors and all of this stuff or whatever. And she's done with him and with somebody else. It's not far-fetched. So again, I will put the word out and I will follow up tomorrow if I hear anything more, but the whole marriage thing, remember what she said a couple of months ago? Yeah, I could get married again. I don't think that's probably going to come through. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our third quick story. All right, normally I don't talk about these things, but people sent this to me and they were like, yo, you have to talk about this. Tasha K posted this and said, please stop sending me alleged tapes of Stefon Diggs and his little pickle situation. It's illegal to send that kind of content around. If you get caught, you can be charged or even jailed, especially if he did not give you permission. This is not the type of content we publish, period. I have no idea what I was about to watch. So that was one slide. And then you slide over and she goes, however, all I'm going to say is this. Women must be with him for the money because ain't no way they feeling anything off of that if that's him. It appears to be short. My hand could cover it. I'm done. Ain't no reporting on this man. No more. I quit. Everything is alleged. Even my name is alleged. Is alleged. Sorry. Like I said, this is beyond my my expertise. Okay, I'm a guy. I don't want to know nothing about it. I don't hear nothing about it. But a couple of girls sent this to me and they were like, "Yo, you got to talk about this and put it out there." So there you go. I did. Okay. God, I don't even want to know what you guys think about this. Normally I end off like, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I don't want to know. I don't care. All right, our fourth quick story. Here's something I want to talk about. The Timberwolves are looking to pair Morant with AntMan. The Minnesota Timberwolves are monitoring Ja Morant's fragile situation with Memphis and are ready to make whatever move to pair him with Anthony Edwards. This could be the highest flying duo in NBA history. Okay, this would be amazing. If AntMan and Ja Morant together, yo. Now, for those of you who don't know about basketball or about these two players, Steph Curry has been pretty much dubbed the person who transformed basketball from what it used to be to what it is today, which is a very high prolific offense shooting threes. Whereas in Jordan's era, it was driving to the net, mid-range and dunking. They say AntMan is Michael Jordan's son because they look alike if you put their pictures side by side. And Ant is dunking, driving, and bringing it back to old school basketball. Ja Morant looks nothing like Jordan, but he also is very explosive and dunking and crazy. If these two guys got together, this is what the NBA needs. And I keep telling, LeBron's got to get out. He's got to retire and let the NBA manifest itself and find a new face of the league. And if this happens, whoop, whoop. And y'all know I'm still mad at Anthony Edwards because I don't like how he treats his baby mama, ignoring his kids and all of that stuff. No, and I dragged him, and we've talked about this a million times. So I don't back him, but he's still a very prolific player, and him and Ja together. Now, I just don't know how they would be playing together. I'm not too sure about that, but if they could put their egos aside, I feel like they could be, dare I say, a dynasty? I don't know, but definitely could win a championship. Anyways, see what happens when there's this subject I want to talk about? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our fifth quick story. This is just embarrassing, man. Offset allegedly turns down Cardi B's $10 million divorce settlement. He said, "I build her brand. I deserve half." Just, ugh. What man says I deserve half? Ugh. Offset has allegedly turned down Cardi B's $10 million settlement offer, saying that he wants half of everything. A source says Offset feels used. He built her brand for her, and now he wants his cut. Meanwhile, Cardi B's team is getting ready to drop receipts to prove she built her empire on her own. What? What has Offset and the Migos done for Cardi B? If anything, she upgraded him, like Beyonce's track. Let me upgrade ya. What? Now, Beyonce upgraded Jay-Z, yes. And it was a good match. I tell you guys all the time, there's literally companies out there that will search out to put celebrities together. Just like, I'm going to talk about Klay in a minute. Klay and Megan, it's not a real relationship. And sometimes they pair celebs together for media things and for media blitzes. Sometimes they don't even like each other and it's completely fake. And sometimes they like each other, like Kanye and Kim, and they end up getting married and having children. Because that was a completely staged thing. You can go back and check. Okay. Now, Cardi and Offset were an equal match. If anything, yes, Offset and the Migos were more popular than she was, but her rise was all Cardi and not Offset at all. And more importantly, what kind of a man says, yo, I want half what she got? This is just crazy to me. Now, those of you who follow this show daily, you know that we have told you everything what's going on with Offset. He has liens, he has debts, he has a lot of stuff going on, and he wants Cardi to pay off all of his liens. He wants her to pay off all his debt and all of that stuff and give her a couple of houses. So that's why she was like, okay, I'm going to give you 10 mil. And he's like still saying no. And really what it is he just wants to stress her out. He knows that she's pregnant. He knows that she, a little hot-headed sometimes. So he's just trying to weigh on her so that she breaks. And she's like, you know what? Just get out of my life. Here is this. And now, like this article said, I've heard that she is ready to just fight the fight. It doesn't matter, Stefon, what guy she's with or whatever. She doesn't care if she has to stay married for the next 2 years to get this done. She will do it. She's already said, like, I don't care. I'm going to have children and have a whole other life while I'm still married, and you're not going to change public perception and make people think I'm a bad person because I have a boyfriend and I have another kid because I'm still married. Like, I love that she's not letting him play in her face. Offset, if you see this, be a man, bruh, and step up. But you're asking a girl for half. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our sixth quick story. Yesterday, we told you everything about Zohran Mamdani. Gosh, I'm going to have to say his name a lot lately, and a lot in the future, and you guys know how bad I am with names, so let me practice. Zohran Mamdani. All right, Zohran Mamdani. We told you guys about his election win yesterday and all of that stuff, but something came across that I just wanted to highlight and for you guys to let me know what you think, okay? So Zohran Mamdani's top 5 election promises. 1, freeze rent on rent-stabilized units. I think that's great. I think that can be done. 2, make all city bus fares free. I think that could be done. I think it's a little challenging. Anybody who's lived in New York, you know, but I think it could be done. Free childcare for kids 6 weeks to 5 years old. Amazing if you can get it done. I think that's very, very challenging. 4, raise minimum wage to $30 an hour by 2030. Now, I saw some people in the comments that were like, yo, even at that price, it is still a struggle to live in New York on $30 an hour. So that's crazy, because I think that is a challenge to do. And then 5, build 200,000 affordable homes in the next decade. So why am I highlighting this? I'm highlighting it because, of course, there is a wave of positivity around Zohran. And I said I liked him. I loved his speech, where some people were like knocking him for his speech or whatever. And again, not on either side. I just like people who are brave. I like people who are ready to buck the status quo and Trump, you're doing this. I'm not afraid to do this and go the opposite direction. I love democracy. I love the pull. I explained yesterday how you push a big fridge and it's walking it. So that's why I love both Democrats and Republicans, because together, even when they're fighting, they are pushing a huge, big, beautiful country forward. Having said all of that, I think that Zohran has put a huge agenda forward. And the thing that makes Donald Trump is that he says he's going to do something and he does it. So this is going to be very challenging. He bit a big piece of the apple. You got that pun intended? New York City, Big Apple. He took a big bite of this apple. And I think in the next 6 months to a year, if he doesn't come through on at least half of these things, and it gets caught up and he's like, oh, I'm just the mayor, it's this person's fault and that person's fault, and Donald Trump already said he's not going to send him money or whatever, we will see one of the biggest falls from graces. But again, in his corner, I'm in anyone's political corner that is trying to advance and help people and make things easier, especially for kids. Come on, of course. But just wanted to highlight that. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys think that he could pull these 5 things off. I mean, there's more, but do you think he could pull these 5 things off? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, our 7th quick story. Last month, the Knicks sent a cease and desist letter to Zohran Mamdani. See, I told you I'm going to have to say his name a lot. For using the Knicks-style logo below during his campaign. After he was elected, the White House took a shot at Mamdani with one of their own above. After being contacted by the Knicks, it was deleted. All right, so I just wanted to show you that. We showed it to you yesterday where Donald Trump and the White House put this logo up, the one that's above Trump is your president. I like this kind of back and forth. We've talked about this a couple of times. This is the new age of politics, the new using social media, trolling each other. 10 years ago, you wouldn't think about politicians trolling each other. This is beautiful. I love this. I love that Trump is doing it. More importantly, you know what I love? I love that the Knicks are like, nah, none of y'all are playing with this logo. Zohran, take that down. Trump, you're the president. This was on the White House's Instagram page. And the Knicks are like, yeah, take that down right away. Love that. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, in our 8th quick story, I told you we'd be talking about Klay. Benched. Mavericks bench Klay Thompson and will start D'Angelo Russell. Dallas Mavericks have benched Klay Thompson, and D'Angelo Russell will replace him in the starting lineup. Dallas's new lineup is, okay, who cares about that? Klay Thompson in the 2025 season is averaging 8.1 points, 31.8 field goals, and 26.6 threes. Good or bad decision? Klay, you wanted to play up in the big leagues. You wanted to get on the shade room. You wanted to be on the blogs with the Stallion. You thought you were all cool, huh? Now what's up, bruh? What up? Look, I never want to come across as a hater. I just said that this was a horrible decision. Megan Thee Stallion's song debuted at 38 on the Billboard. That's good. An artist of Megan's stature, with having Rock Nation and the millions of dollars they spent behind the promotion, using Klay. I heard her say today in the video, she's like, I just want to dedicate my song Lover Girl to Klay. This is the first guy I've ever dedicated the song to. How come you didn't put him in the video? What the hell? Anyways, this looks like it's affecting Klay. He's no longer starting. And I'm interested to see, without Klay starting, without him being that dude, I mean, he's never really been that dude since he was with the Warriors, but if his status declines, I wonder how good it will still be for Megan and Rock Nation to use Klay. We shall see. But I just wanted to let you know, Klay's been benched. All right, our 9th quick story. How can this kid that was rated as a last first-round draft pick not get on the field for a team that sucks? ESPN Cleveland radio host Tony Zaro on Shedeur Sanders. All right, Browns supporters are beginning to wonder what is going on and what could possibly be preventing the team from seeing what Shedeur Sanders can do out there on the field. Look, you guys know I'm a big Deion Sanders fan. I'm a big Shedeur Sanders fan. This is utterly ridiculous. It's the hate that the league has for Deion Sanders. I don't care. Send me a defamation lawsuit if you want. It's just so clear. You don't like the bravado. You don't like the attitude. You don't like him. And, he drafted what, 4th round, 5th round? Just the fact that, I don't know if it's still this way right now, but the fact that in the beginning of the season, he had the biggest selling jersey of anybody else in the NFL. Don't quote me on that, but it's definitely up there. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. The team sucks. Nothing's going on. Just the viewership alone, putting him in there, everybody watches. The preseason, everybody was tuned in. Everyone's timeline was going crazy. That alone, just the money, you should put him in there. Like, this is crazy. This is a business. But like we told you before, he has all of his stuff so set up that they don't want him to succeed. One of the things about his jersey is that he has a deal cut because he owns his name, or they own something that his father has set up, that he makes more money than the average player does off of his jersey, of course, and the other things. And I think it's the people at play and the powers that be that don't want to see him be uber successful. Lastly, I will say, why doesn't another team show interest and pick him up? Trade him. You want to keep him over there or trade him? But again, we know how the NFL works, right? Let's not go into the collusion and all of that stuff. They're a tight-knit group people over there. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.
What is going on behind the scene? How can this kid that was rated as a late first-round draft pick not get on the field for a team that sucks?
All right, our 10th quick story. The first trailer for Michael Jackson's biopic has been released. All right, of course, I can't play it on YouTube here for copyright reasons, but head on over to our Instagram page, The Trend Out Loud Show. I'll put up a picture to show you how the actor looks like in the movie. Looks pretty good. In the trailer, there was a kind of, I think maybe a teenager or looks like a 19, 20-year-old Michael Jackson before he had his nose job done. And that actor to me, didn't look anything like Michael Jackson. It was pretty horrible. But from what I could see from the trailer, there's different Michaels acting as Michael because Michael had such a transition, right? So if I'm not mistaken, it's different people, or maybe there's just a lot of prosthetics done. Not too sure. The movie itself looks pretty decent, if I must say, but I don't know. I'm definitely going to go and see it. I'm a big fan. Jackson, love that. Anybody who's into music or calls himself a music person, you're going to want to go and see this, right? And you guys know that that's my first love. But I don't know if I saw anything that was like, wow, they're pulling the curtains back. Like, I want to see something that I don't know, which, to be honest, is hard because everybody knows everything about the Jackson family. But if you're making a movie like this, pull the curtains back. Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something that's shocking. It's in 2025. Well, the movie's going to come out 2026, but tell me something that is like, what? I need to see this. Although I'm going to go see it anyways. Let me know if you guys are excited in the comment section below. All right, our 11th quick story. Okay, this is another thing that I've been wanting to talk with you guys about today. Sometimes I get stories and I'm like, oh, I cannot wait for the show. Okay, let me set this up. Yesterday, I told you guys about an AI artist, Xavier Monet. She spoke with Gayle King. And after that interview, everyone's talking about this now. So there's an AI voice, and the song is on top 40, okay? But there is a person, if I'm not mistaken, her name is Talicia Jones. There is a real person behind the AI. So Talicia cannot sing, but she writes all the music, gets everything together, and then makes the AI sing, and she has an AI avatar, okay? A lot of people are like, this is wrong, we got to protect the artists, etc. Now, nobody is on artists' side more than moi. I was in the music industry for over 10 years. I had a management company. I've managed artists. I consider myself an artist. I tried to sing. I tried to rap. I'm horrible. Well, some of you sometimes when I sing say that I can hold the note, but regardless. I am a content creator, which is a form of art. I'm a photographer. There's a lot of artistic stuff. Even in business, I have always told everybody in any sort of business meeting, I am a creative CEO versus a financial CEO. That's why I depended so much on my finance team. Shout out to my finance team. So saying all of that, I still don't think there's anything wrong with this AI, Xavier Monet, being on the charts and releasing an album because there's a real person behind it. I have said, if it was Universal completely cutting out all artistry and every single thing that we are going to hear is going to be in AI and there's nobody behind it, this is when I would have a problem. But this is a black woman making a black avatar that a vision of how she sees herself, let's say, and it's her music through her experiences and it's her songs and is putting it out there. What's the difference between a songwriter giving their song to Celine Dion to sing, or to give to SZA to sing, or to give to Whitney Houston to sing? There's no different. That's, if you really believe in artistry, you would love this for Talicia Jones, because now as a songwriter, she gets her credit, and she's still going to get credit for being the artist. She no longer just has to be a songwriter. She can recoup everything and not have to give some money to an artist to sing it. Do you see what I'm saying? For example, oh my gosh, Neo. Neo is not the best vocalist, and Neo is a songwriter. He started out as a writer. A lot of people start out as writers, but he could not get signed as an artist. But as he built himself up in the industry, he made a name for himself, and then he was able to pigeonhole and say, look, if you want me to continue writing, I'll give you guys hits, but you need to let me be an artist. And that's how he was able to get through. He's not a great dancer. He's not a great vocalist, but he was able to work that his way in. Now, somebody doesn't have to do that. They could just be like, I don't want to be an artist. I don't want to have to force my way to be an artist. And I'm just going to make an avatar. Now, let me tell you what Jermaine Dupri weighed in and said. He said, so let me get this right. Years ago, the industry found out that Milli Vanilli weren't really the voices on their Grammy-winning record, and they were stripped of their Grammy. But now we're getting ready to accept people who can't even sing, creating songs for a fake person. How is this any different than Milli Vanilli? I butchered that last line, so I just want to make sure I'm reading it out properly to you. But now we're getting ready to accept people who can't even sing, create songs for a fake person. How is this any different from Milli Vanilli? I can tell you the difference, sir. Milli Vanilli, girl, you know it's you. Ooh, I love you. They were lying to us. They came out as the faces. It was somebody else's voices, and it was a lie. So that they got stripped of their Grammy because how can you award somebody for whatever the Grammy was for if it really wasn't their voices? They got stripped because they lied. That's the problem. Talisha Jones, and I'm sure I'm butchering her name, sorry, she is coming out and saying, this is not me. It's not even a person. It's an AI. It's a generated person. And she's saying, this is not really me singing. This is my words and this is an avatar. So she's not lying. There is no comparison to Milli Vanilli that were lip syncing and lying. They were going on stage with lip syncing, pretending that was their voice. Do you not see the drastic difference between that? And by the way, just to reiterate something, or actually not to reiterate, but just to tell you something, I have the utmost respect for Jermaine Dupri. I've read his book. He is a legend, and he is like Jermaine, like, come on. But for this take, you are unequivocally wrong because they're not even in the same conversation. You're comparing an apple to an orange. Let me know what you guys think in the conversation below, in the comment section below. All right, this brings me to our 12th quick story. Cenat's girlfriend's mom is accusing him of keeping Gigi away from her and ruining her reputation. Okay, there is a lot to this story, okay? Things are getting very tense. Gigi's mom took to social media claiming streamer Cenat is trying to turn her daughter against her. Okay, things are really not good for Kai. While I'm talking, I'm going to put up a text exchange between Gigi and her mom, if you guys want to pause it and read it. And I'm also going to put up, while I'm speaking, a comment from somebody that I feel really gets the situation. Now, the reason why I'm not reading it or playing the video for you guys is that it's a long time to get through this context and to tell you guys everything. And this is quick news, so we don't have time. But the one thing I will say, which is very, very easy to understand, is that on one hand, there's Gigi, who is, I don't know what, 21, 22. She's dating Kai, so she's in that range. On the other hand, there's a mother who, I don't know, let's assume she's in her 40s, early 40s, okay? By the way, her mother is beautiful. By the way, sidebar, like, if anybody knows her let me know. But no, in all seriousness, you don't have to know the story to know that the mother is wrong. You are the mom. The mom is going on social media and making videos talking about the situation. It's on our Instagram page if you want to see it. All the information is there. All the videos are there. And I don't even want to play a mom talking about the situation with her daughter. There's a parent and there's a child. And the parent always has to do the right thing. I don't care what Gigi is doing. And I don't care what Kai is doing. I don't. Maybe they might be right or maybe they might be wrong. But all I know for a fact is that the mom is wrong. Because what is she doing on social media? Look, if her mother was, let's say, for example, Kim Kardashian, and you have a brand and a public image to protect, I still wouldn't agree with it. But y'all know me, I always see things from both sides. And I'm like, okay, I can get how if my daughter and her boyfriend were out here smearing my name and I employ hundreds of people and I have $1 billion brand and people are no longer buying Skims, and you have to come out and say, hey, listen, my daughter and I have some, back and forth or whatever, but we're going to deal with this privately. But I just want to say the things that she's saying are not true. Please, accept our privacy during this time. I would understand that. Her mom is coming out and acting like the child. Gigi is saying, I'm going to pray for my mom. I'm going to pray for this. Some of these things are saying that she's saying are not true. And the mom is like, my daughter is this. Kaya is doing this. Kaya is doing that. Like, do better. Do better. You guys know I'm very open with you. I've talked with you guys about my father and my relationship not being the best. And this is one of the things that it drives me crazy. You always have to be the parent. Always. And there's some times where I have to be the bigger person in a relationship with my dad, and I hate it. It drives me nuts. I shouldn't have to be the bigger person. I'm the kid. It's my 2 cents. If you guys want to know about the situation, you don't have to because the mom is wrong. But if you want to know more about the situation, you can check it out on our Instagram page, The Turn Out Loud Show.
I have done nothing but be there for Gabrielle. I don't know who she is. This girl came in my house recently, saying you ain't post husband since this and this and that. Her relationship off the internet. Then she follows up with, oh yeah, and Kai said, Mr. Kai Cenat said.
All right, in our 13th quick story, Chrisean Rock and Jaidyn Alexis continue to fight online over Blueface. All right, I'm sorry to do this to you guys again, but Jaidyn Alexis and Chrisean Rock are beefing online, but now it's over Twitter, and I am not going to sit down here and read Jaidyn and Chrisean's tweets. I'm just not going to get into a girl fight. Oh no, I'll play y'all videos, but no. All week I've been playing you guys their videos since Blueface got out or whatever, so y'all already know. Again, I'll put it up here for those of you who want to read this. I also have Blueface's response to this. But I just wanted to put this up here to let you all know that the reality train wreck that is Blueface, Chrisean, and Jaidyn is alive and strong. And I hate to admit it, but I just love it. I told you guys that her mom, Blueface's mom, at the end of the day when he got out and was all over social media, she's like, oh, I actually have Chrisean going crazy on Jaidyn. If you guys want to see it, go to my Patreon and pay $10 to see it. It's beautiful marketing reality TV without using TV or giving any money to anybody. And y'all know I'm always going to back content creators. And although this is not my bag and this is not the kind of stuff that I would do, please, I hope I never have to do stuff like this. It's not my bag. But for somebody who doesn't like reality TV, this is very entertaining. I'm not paying the $10 to go to the Patreon, but I do love the train wreck. If you guys want to see this, head on over to the Turn Out Loud Show's Instagram. Well, actually, you don't have to go over there because I just put it up there for you. So there's nothing to see there except for this Twitter beef. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our 14th quick story. All right, here's some beef I want to talk about. Gavin Newsom trolls Trump after Prop 50 passes unanimously. Okay, totally love this. If you guys remember, during the King rally weekend, Donald Trump posted a video of himself with a crown in a fighter jet, and he was going around dropping number 2 on people. I did say that I thought it was a little much, but you guys know I do love when Trump or any politician gets in the mix with content creating and uses social media. For somebody who's a content creator, I like my politicians, whether it be Zohran Mamdani, whether it be Trump or Gavin Newsom, I like it. I know some of you might not like it. But Gavin Newsom now put himself in a fighter jet and he's dropping some things on Trump. I'm playing it beside me and I just want to weigh in on it. For those of you who liked Trump, do you like this? Do you think it's all fair? Or do you not like either or? I personally love it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, in our 15th quick story, NASA issues a warning: Earth is running out of oxygen. Okay, don't mean to scare y'all, but y'all know I like to share these things with you. NASA researchers have confirmed that Earth won't keep its oxygen-rich atmosphere forever. A NASA-backed study predicts that in about 1 billion years, oxygen levels will begin to drop sharply. Hold on 1 second. Did they just say that in about 1 billion years? Not because of population or humanity activity, but due to the natural changes in the sun and Earth. As this happens, the planet will slowly shift back to an oxygen-poor state, similar to what it was before complex life evolved. No worries, though. This is a problem for a very distant future. That's how you guys know that I don't read things before I bring them to you, because had I known that this was going to happen 1 billion years from now, I for sure would not have put this in quick news. I'm very sorry, y'all. All right, this brings us to everyone's favorite segment, comments and social discussion of the day. All right, before we get to that, I have a very important question to ask you. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Let me know. Well, let me answer that question for you, for those of you who didn't answer. Yes, they are, if you are not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trend-out-loud, to get your free 14-day trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you are ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Listen, this is at an all-time high, people. Google it if you do not believe me. Ask ChatGPT. Scamming, cell phone, link, emails, and all of these things, people are out here getting robbed daily. It is crazy, and it drives me nuts. It happened to me, and that's why I brought Aura on as a sponsor here. If you do anything, shop online, do anything online, if you're watching this online, you realize you're at risk because they can get into your stuff. You must click the link below, and it's free. Aura, if you don't think I'm telling you the truth, click the link below, sign up for free, and Aura will show you if any of your information has already been out there. And there hasn't been one out louder I know that has signed up and let me know, hey, there was nothing of mine out there. Because like we just told you, data brokers sell your information, and it's legal. When you buy something online, your information gets taken and sold to data brokers, and then they sell it off to these people. This should be a government regulated issue, but it's not. So that's why you're getting these weird phone calls and text messages, and Aura can help you with that, okay? Aura takes care of the hard part for you, automatically removing your information off of these sites and keeping it off. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking your front door and keeping your back door open. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts if your credit card, banking, or social security number is ever found. You also get a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they have US-based round-the-clock customer service. Also, in the event that anything should ever go wrong, Aura also offers a $5 million identity theft insurance protection package. You are 100% covered with Aura. Second link below, QR code beside me. Sign up for free today just to see what Aura can do for you, okay? Now, let's go to comments. I have a super thanks. Today's super thanks is from Delcia. All right, Delcia says thanks. So thank you very much, Delcia. Again, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Just a reminder for anybody who is using a super thanks, you don't only have to keep the thanks in there. You could erase that out and put whatever comment you want, and we'll read it out. But feel free if you just want to put a thanks, okay? Delcia, thank you so much for that super thanks. We're going to let you guys know how to give super thanks if you would like, and we're still going to take a random comment. I just wanted to give you guys a comment from my DM. This is from Alex, who was really excited. He just signed up for the membership. He's like, bro, I finally got in, and then sent me a picture of the welcome to the Out Loud membership. He said, I had to buy a VPN and a proxy because YouTube is banned in Russia now. That's probably why I couldn't get in before. I said, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But I appreciate the effort. Can I read this in the comment section? He says, no problem. Okay. He said, I'm going through an emotional roller coaster right now with episode 9 and episode 10. Okay. I really love that comment. We're going to tell you also too how to sign up to the Out Loud memberships, but I love the fact that I tell you guys all the time, I love the fact that it's a global podcast. I love the fact that there's somebody in Russia who's like, yo, I love watching this show and I'm really ready to go through whatever I have to go through to make sure I get to the Out Loud membership. And on top of it, he's watching the private member only vlogs and he's like, wow, I'm going through an emotional roller coaster. So, woo, oh my gosh. Had to read that out to you. Shout out to Alex. Thank you for that. Love it. Like I said, we're going to tell you guys in a minute how to sign up for that. Okay, so let me go because I promise that I will always still read out random comments, not only super thanks. So let me scroll here. I'm doing right in front of you guys. Very, very random. Up. And then I just stop at any one. Boom. I'll read this one right here. The first one says, my fave dog passed away in August. If I had the capacity to have cloned her, I definitely would have. Okay. This is from Swimmer for Life. This was from Tom Brady's dog. Tom Brady invested in a company that you could draw blood from your dog or from your pet, if I'm not mistaken. I think it could be any animal. And then they can clone your dog. I have questions though, like, does it mean that your new dog, like, is it an exact replica? Because that's what cloning means. Or is it like, it's kind of like it will have some traits or some familiarities. Like it's almost like a sister or a cousin. I guess I can ask ChatGPT later. But yeah, would you guys want to clone your dog? I said that I probably just would want to let the moment pass and just get a new dog and start over. I feel like it would be kind of hard, like being with my pet that I know it's not my pet, but it's the clone of the pet. I don't know. I would have to ask questions. I would have to find out what it really means. If it's a family or like a descendant of the pet, then 100%. But a clone, it's the real thing, but I know the real thing was not here anymore. Might be a little much for me. Anyways, thank you very much for everybody. Alex, Delcia, and Swimmer for Life for today's comments. All right, now we're going to go over to social discussion of the day. Oh, sorry, before we go to social discussion of the day, I just want to tell you guys how to sign up for, well, not sign up, sorry. Calm down, Trent. I always get very excited on Friday shows. Almost counting. I want to tell you guys how to sign up. I want to tell you guys how to give super thanks. This is what I'm trying to say. Super thanks. If you guys want to give super thanks, it's underneath every single video we ever post. If you go on at the bottom, you'll see like a like, save, remix, etc. If you're on your phone, you might have to scroll. You'll see that thanks button. You click it there, you'll get a toggle. That decides how much you want to give back to support the show, donate to the show, whatever. And what I also love about it is that you can send me a message in that thanks, and I will read out the message the next day. Whatever you want to promote something, you want to say something, you want to get your whatever, blah, blah, blah. It sends me like a notification. So it's almost like being able to send me a text message. So you do a super thanks, you give back to the show, which we really, really appreciate. We're here working hard for you guys. It sends me a notification. I'll reply right back to you and I'll read it out the next day, okay? Here is YouTube explaining it better than I can.
Buy a super thanks by clicking the thanks button under your video. There are multiple price points a viewer can purchase that each have their own special one-time animation. As an added bonus, viewers will get to post a distinct, colorful comment in your video's comment section.
All right, let's get to today's social discussion of the day. No man gives up on the woman he really wants. No man gives up on the woman he really wants. Okay, some answers are, that's not true. I can love you and give up on you if you're corrupting my peace of mind. Okay, before I read it again, or before I read any more answers, I feel like this question needs context because no man gives up on the woman he really wants. What does that mean? Because if it's a girl or a woman that he really wants, and let's say he doesn't know her, like he just sees her, likes her, whatever, and he really wants her, no man gives up. I get that. It's really trying to say indirectly, like telling women, like, don't just give in right away. Like if a man wants you, he will jump through hoops to get you. And that's really kind of like in the beginning, more to say like, women don't just settle for anything. That's how I read this. Like women just don't settle for anything. A guy that never calls you, doesn't show any interest, whatever. Like if a guy is interested in you, he's going to call you. He's going to take your calls. He's going to make time. He's going to spend time with you. That's how I read it. But it could be read that no man gives up on a woman that he really wants, in the sense of in a relationship, no man will give up on you if he really wants you. And that I disagree with, because I feel like if a man is with somebody and they're in a relationship, just like that first comment, he could be really in love with you, or I think anybody could be really in love with somebody and be like, yo, this is amazing. Like, are these there's elements that's amazing, but it's not going to be good for me in the long run. It's not going to be good for my soul. This is not going to be a good relationship as much as I love them. And you have to give up because you could see that it's going to be a train wreck. Now, men are not as intuitive as women. I feel like women will do that more. To be honest with you, women will be like, ooh, I really love this guy, but no, this is going to be drama and I got to go. Where a lot of men will see that, but most men are not really like so in touch with their emotions and not that intuitive or mature enough to be like, he's like, oh yeah, I like her, and like, no, and you just keep on going, right? Just be like, oh, we're not going to talk, we're not going to think about our emotions, we're not going to think about our feelings, and then they just go. So yeah, but I still think at the end of the day, humans are going to human and be like, yeah, sorry, you're toxic, and no, we got to bounce. So anyways, I really feel like I just gave the social discussion. I don't even need to read. Somebody else said, fellas, don't fall for it. You don't have to chase what wants you ever. No man gives up on the woman that's submitted to the vision God placed on him. This is fact. He doesn't risk the opportunity to fumble her either. That's what, like, I just don't think it's fair, because I feel like people we're reading it in different facets. Like I said, I agree. A man that likes a girl, especially in the beginning, for sure, he's never going to give up. Yo, you want to go for dinner? You want to go for this? You want to go for that? 1,000%. But once the relationship is running and he sees the toxicity, or he sees something that he doesn't like or whatever, he could love a lot of things of you, but make a decision for himself. Not every man, but some men. Anyways, you guys weigh on the social discussion and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Oh my gosh, I knew I would forget this. I forgot to tell you guys how to sign up for membership. All right, in the first link below or above me, there's a join button. Please sign up for the Out Loud memberships. Just like Alex went through leaps and bounds all the way in Russia. For those of you, I know 80% of my viewership here is in the US. It's super easy for you guys. All right, click the first link below or join or the join button above. The Out Loud membership is amazing. Let me tell you everything that you get. You get a loyalty badge, emoji, member-only live videos, member-only videos, early access to new videos, and member shoutouts. You get a star beside your name, so when you're putting comments, everybody knows who is in the Out Loud community. Join it now. The vlogs are really good. They're amazing. I'm sorry, they're amazing. You heard even Alex say they are really good. I'm telling you, it's an extension of social discussion and question of the day, where we deep dive and we talk about things. This week, an Out Louder sent me some voice notes, and she's asking me some advice on something to do with her son. So it's really no celebrity, no viral, no political. It's really just us talking about life, which is my favorite thing to do, which actually was the original reason on why I even started this channel. It just morphed into news and political and viral stuff. But make sure you guys sign up today. It's one of my favorite things that we do in the show. So sign up for the Out Loud membership, okay? When you guys get to the membership window, you will see different levels. It's the same access, but it's just like a tip menu. So you'll see Out Loud, MVP, MVP, family. It's just a tip menu. If you decide that you want to give more monthly, it doesn't matter what you give. We appreciate everything, but it's just like a tip menu. So feel free to just take the first Out Louder. It gives you the same access as Out Loud MVP, all right? Sign up today. We appreciate you. Thank you. All right, this brings us to question of the day. If your friends secretly resent your success, would you still keep them close? All right, if it's a secret, how would you know? That's exactly what I was going to say. How do you know secretly? So another question to read from, and somebody says, no, stay from me and no rekindling. Hold on. No, I'm done with them. Anyways, yeah. If you find out, let's take it to that. Like, if you find out somebody was resenting your success, and I think that's more what I want to concentrate on. Not like, I feel we should really harp on the resentment. Like when somebody is resenting, that's dangerous, yo. They're resenting your success. Listen, anybody that puts any sort of negativity, whether it be resentment, jealousy, negativity, doubt, forget resentment, doubt. If there is somebody in your life, and I told you guys yesterday how much I love family, if there's a family member, friend, colleague, anybody in your life that doubts and makes you question your success, oh my gosh, please run the other way. I literally just had to deal with this a couple of months ago, and it literally hurt me to my soul, like my soul, because I'm a very, very ambitious, forward-thinking like person, and I need positivity around me. Not a yes man or woman, not at all, because I want only people that challenge me. When I had my stores, the only people that I came close in my upper management were all the people, if they were hired and they came up, who challenged, who were like, I don't like how the store is run. I don't like this. You should do this better. People would always say to me that they love that I would come in as the owner of the store and ask the stock person how things are going, like entry level, because I love having people around me who challenge me. So get back to the conversation at hand now, is that not only do you need good people, like I just said, that people will challenge you and make you be great, you need people that will not put doubt in your mind. So I can ask a stock person, not like, and their answer is not, yo, these stores suck, your brand is always going to be horrible, and this is not working. No, it's, yo, this store has a potential to be a national brand, but we need to fix this, and that. Those are the people. You could criticize, you could, constructive criticism, you could disagree with, but always have belief. And I had somebody that was close to me that kind of like doubted. Nah, bruh. Nah. Resentment? I would be like, yo, trust me, I'd be Usaining bolting down the street, okay? That's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, y'all, that was a great show. I felt like I was on one today. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. But I told y'all, like, Sunday night, I had a breakthrough. Your boy is back. The world has opened up to me. All right, let me just end this before I keep going. Okay, I thought we had a great show. Thank you very much for kicking to me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just want to remind you of three things before I let you guys go. At the bottom of every video, you could sponsor, give back, donate, whatever you want to think about it, however you want to talk about it to the show. Press that thanks button. Send us something if you would like, but also put a comment in there and I will read it back on the next day. Super thanks below. Second of all, please sign up for the Out Loud memberships. Sign up for the Out Loud memberships. There is a link below. The first link below is the Out Loud membership, and also above us, we're doing really, really fun things in Out Loud membership, so you do not want to miss out. Make sure you all sign up. And lastly, the second link below and the QR code beside me, if you're doing anything online, make sure you sign up for Aura. It is absolutely free. Sign up today. Now, before I let you guys go, I just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trend Out Loud show. If you are one of those type of people that you like to listen on podcast platforms, we're available on all of them. Just go to any podcast site, type in Trend Out Loud, the show will pop up. Do not forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And we upload 7 days a week. I told y'all that's why I need some sponsorship and donations, right? Because we're working hard for you guys out here. So make sure you hit that follow and subscribe button, okay? Now, for those of you who are like me and you like video, you like to watch your shows, head on over to YouTube, type in Trend Out Loud. 6 things I'm going to need you to do. I know it's a lot, but please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button, get the algorithming. Also, please comment below. You guys are my co-host. I need you guys. I'm asking a lot of questions. If you guys are not answering me, I'm here talking by myself. So please try to comment below. For those of you who don't want to join in on the conversation, that's totally understandable. But like I told you a little bit earlier, just please at least comment where you're watching from. It excites me. I look at all the comments at night before I go to sleep. Just comment the country or city you're watching from. I love to see it. For those of you who are really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones because it helps them growing the channel. And we're here to grow this channel. 5th, like I mentioned earlier, please sign up for the Out Loud membership. And 6th, which I've said a couple of times now, use that super thanks, sponsor, give back to the show. Highlight your comment. I'll read it out the next day. For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms. It's always the same handle, Trend Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, please try to follow us on, make sure y'all follow us on the Trend Out Loud show on Instagram. All the videos, mostly everything that I talk about on the show is available there in its entirety, full videos. YouTube has a lot of copyright and things that we can't say on here. So we put all of that stuff on our Instagram. It's a 360 way to stay more enveloped in the show, looped in to the show. All right, so make sure you follow us there. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm out. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace.